Happy Sunday. Hello, everyone, every beautiful lady. I can't even get my words out. I'm super excited. Thank you so very much for tuning in tonight for this Sips and Tips edition talking about eyeshadow. Not my favorite subject because I'm just not good at it. Full disclosure, I don't wear eyeshadow because it just does not look good on me. The end. So, hey, Tracy, welcome. Yay. Eyeshadow's never looked good on me, ever. It's never looked good on me. But since becoming a Mary Kay consultant, I've been trying to learn more about eyeshadow because you beautiful ladies wear eyeshadow. And I've got some friends and customers. They are masterful at their eyeshadow. How do you do that? It's amazing. And hey, Kate, I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to pop on. So I've been watching videos on eye makeup and how to put it on, and then I try to replicate it, and it just doesn't work. And that is what motivated me to have this Sips and Tips all about eyeshadow. Hey, Josephine. I actually wasn't going to even have a Sips and Tips tonight because so many storms have happened, and in my hometown, eyeshadow is hard. I know, even watch it. Well, maybe after this will be very helpful. So I hope so. But lots of storms, lots of flooding. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to have a Sips and Tips because people are trying to get their life back in order. And, you know, hugs and prayers to my friends and family in West Tennessee, McNairy County. They had a lot of destruction, and over in Arkansas. So I wasn't going to do it. But then I thought, you know what? People need a break from reality sometimes, right? And so I thought, you know what? Let's just do it. Maybe I just need to escape from all the rain and all the flooding and the cold. We're 32 today. Like, what's happening? So we're pushing forward with the Sips and Tips tonight. So yes, Kate, I too will watch tutorials how to do, and then I'll go and replicate it. I'm like, what's going on? I look like I have a black eye or I slept in my makeup. That's what it looks like when I wear eyeshadow. And so frustrating. So I have learned that eyeshadow placement is not a one size fits all. It's not. Everyone is different. So just like skincare, what works for you may not work for me. I'm a mix matcher with my skincare because I have such sensitive skin. So just like your eyes, it's not a one size fits all, but what is the most important step in eyeshadow placement is knowing your eye shape. Yep, that's it. It's really that simple. And hopefully tonight, when I break it all down, it'll help us all be able to put on eyeshadow and like, wow, that looks great. Because why would we wear eyeshadow, right? We wear eyeshadow. The purpose of it is to lift and define your eyes. And we want that because your eyes are the first thing that people see. It should be, right? They shouldn't be looking anywhere else. But when we greet people, when we talk to people, we look at each other in our eyes. And our eyes tell a story, right? Like you can tell that I'm smiling right now by my eyes, even if you couldn't see, right? You know that I'm smiling with my eyes because our eyes tell the story. We can, sadden our eyes, and I can even do a fake smile, and your eyes can tell that story. You can be flirty with your eyes because they have emotion, right? So when it comes to our eye makeup, we are defining our eyes, but we are enhancing our natural beauty, right? What Mary Kay does best for us is enhancing our natural beauty. When you have palettes of eyeshadow, doing a single color, having just single colors of eyeshadows everywhere, unless you're a makeup artist and you're so good at, I'm gonna do a little Merlot with a little Biscotti and a little Emerald Noir. You may be great at that. April is not. So if you're a novice like me, you're gonna want a palette. That's right. A palette of eyeshadow where the colors have already been delineated. So tonight we are going to demo the Cherry Blossom palette. So right now cherry blossom trees are blooming. They're gorgeous. So this is the Cherry Blossom palette. As you know, Mary Kay sells individual eyeshadows and goes into the palettes. You can mix match and change them up, and they're magnetized. But tonight we're going to use the Cherry Blossom. It has the Merlot, the Dusty Rose, the Biscotti, and the Sunlit Rose, which are such beautiful colors. Here's the palette. And as you know, these can be interchanged, right? You can pop them out, put them in another palette. They have the name on the back, so you know what they are. They're magnetized, so they won't fall out. The other great thing is in the lookbook. And if you've never received the lookbook, tell me so I can get you on my list. But so this issue of the lookbook, when you go inside, it'll actually give you examples of eyeshadow, and it'll even tell you where it goes. I mean, how awesome is that? There's so many examples. Here's another example of a palette, just making it easy for everyone. All right, so I hope you have your mirrors, because you're probably watching me on your phone, so you can't use your phone as a mirror. That's why I said get your mirrors, ladies. But we're going to talk about how to discern what your eye shape is and plan accordingly. All right, so let me make sure that I'm all caught up. I am all caught up. When you do color placements, it's always the reason why the palettes are best, because these colors are complementary to one another. When you're trying to decide what colors to wear, you want to go with the color wheel. I know some of you ladies know what y'all watched my tutorial about the color wheel, but this is a perfect example of when to use the color wheel. So say you love these colors, but you want to wear these colors as well. Should you? If you want your eyeshadow to be the same color as your clothes, you want pink, 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 pink everywhere. If that makes you happy, you do what makes you happy, right? But really what you should focus more on is not that you're matchy, 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 that you are complementing. And so that's where, hey Kelly, that's where the color wheel comes into play. That way you're not pink everywhere, right? Let me show you an example. It's not the best example, so I apologize, but you get an idea. So, this is me wearing the Cherry Blossom. You can see I have the Merlot highlighted on my eyes and wearing Merlot. It's pretty, it's not too overwhelming, but look at when I change my shirt to a neutral color shirt. My eyes aren't as pinky. It's more complementary. As a matter, it's very subtle. It's very hard to see. I should have put my eyeshadow on a little bit darker, but you can see how I'm actually not as pink and red just by changing my shirt, okay? So that is the key. If you have on blue, don't go blue, 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 blue everywhere. Use complementary colors to what you're wearing. Okay. You got your mirrors? Hey, Joe. Everybody got their mirrors? Let's dive into eye shapes. The first thing I want you to look at, get your mirror. I got my mirror right here. So look at your mirror. What is visible? Can you see your eyelid? What is the visibility of your eyelid? Can you see it? Now don't, push up. No, be normal. Can you see your eyelid? So you can see my eyelid, right? The next step is your crease. Do you have a visible crease? Can you see it? Is your crease lower? Is it no crease? Is it deep set? Is it all the way down? The next step is the corner of your eyes. So I'm going to use my eyeliner here. Look at your inner corner and draw a line to your outer corner. They should be straight across. So do your corners of your eyes turn down, turn up, or straight? These are things. That's one thing to look at. Then the last thing is the whites of your eyes. Can you see, y'all do this, right? Can you see white all the way around? Do you only see white on the bottom? Do you not see hardly any white at all like you do on me? Your iris is the color, right? So how much of the iris is actually showing? So these are the first steps of identifying your eye type. All right, now we're going into all the, who knew that there were so many different eye types? I mean, we did. We just don't think about it, right? We don't think about it and the importance of it. We don't think about the importance of it. We try to create things, but we don't realize that we have to put the makeup on based on the already beautiful eyes that we have, right? We're enhancing it. So, standard eye shapes. Your standard eye shapes are the almonds and the rounds. Can y'all see those two differences? We've got almond eyes, that's just like an almond, right? The sultry eyes, some of us try to get those almond eyes. But the round eye is the standard eye shape. Then we have the monolid, which is there is no lid, and the hooded. Now the hooded is the eye, the crease itself is hidden. And if you don't know where your crease is, use your ring finger. The crease is the space between your brow bone and your eyeball. So some of you may have a hooded lid because that either skin is going over your crease, or it could be anatomically just the way you're shaped. You have your brow bone actually goes further down and hides your crease. Next we have upturned. Can you see how the corners of her eyes are upturned? And then look at the downturned eyes. Can you see that? Then we have deep set. Can you see how it looks like the eyes are back in the skull just a little bit, and that brow bone is very prominent versus protruding. The protruding versus the prominent eye, it's kind of interchangeable sometimes. Protruding and prominent kind of go hand in hand, but this is more of a protruding eye. And then you have wide set and close set. Wide and close. Easy, complicated, all in the same, right? So it would be helpful if we were just one or the other, but April is a complicated person. So of course I am multiple. So we'll get to that. I want you to think about your shapes. Here's another quick look. Almond, hooded, deep set, prominent. Then we've got the downturn and the monolid to help you determine. So let's look at April. What do I have? What do you see the first thing? The first thing you see is that I have a prominent eyelid. You see more top and lid. It's very prominent. Like the space of my eye is so much bigger than my actual eye. I have very narrow eyes. Can y'all see that? I have a prominent eye. The other thing, if you notice, I have a downturned eye. The corners of my eyes turn down, ever so slightly. Can y'all see that? And the third thing that I have is I'm a wide set eye. And this was actually key. This was really how I determined what type of eyeshadow I should be putting on. So Mary Kay has these fantastic little, they call color cards. They have samples. We got brown eyes, we got green eyes, we got blue eyes. If you'd like a sample, let me know. I'll send them to you. But they have eyeshadows, blush, and lipstick, and you can put, even shows you how to put them on for the standard eye. This is the standard eye. Now you can still get these samples. If you want them, I'll send them to you. But just note, standard eye, and this is the technique for a standard eye. But I'm using this card as an example. We're determining whether or not you have a wide set eye, normal, or close. Because sometimes when you just look at yourself, you may not know, because my eyes are pretty in proportion, but I got little eyes. I got little eyes. So your eye width from corner to corner should be the same width in the middle, okay? So I've marked it. I'm putting the corner right here at the corner, and I've already marked the corner of my eye. This width should be the same width from inner to inner. So now I'm going to go on top. Let me get my eyeliner. I'm going to put my mark right here on the corner of my eye. And as you can see, here's the corner. If you can see, I got almost a whole width of my eyeliner space. So I have a wide eye. Wide eye. When you have a wide eye, you can see it's a different technique. So close eyes and wide eyes. The standard placement is you do the darker color on the outside, but if you have a closed eye, that works great because when your eyes are close, you want to open them. You want them to be further apart. So you'll put the darkest on the end. If you have a wide eye, like I have, right, you want to naturally bring them in, so you put the darkest in the middle. Who knew? Who knew? The dark goes in the middle to bring your eyes close. So I thought, I wonder if that's why my eyeshadow never looks right, because I'm always doing the standard eyeshadow technique. You can quickly see, I'm not going to go through each one, but I want you to identify what your eye shape is. And together, I will help you determine how to put on your eyeshadow based on hooded eyes, monolid, deep set, prominent. So look at the prominent, which is what I have. You want the darkest to go in the middle as well. So middle to inner for prominent and inner for wide. And then for upturned eyes, upturned or downturned eyes, they say go in the outer, but the wideness and the prominent are my biggest concerns. Like the downward eye, you can't hardly see. I think mine having prominent eyes and wider eyes is more significant. All right, let's go with the demo. I want to show you how this works. This is our Essentials, the Mary Kay Essentials brush kit. I love it. It comes with the eye smudger, the all over eyeshadow brush, the eye crease brush, the blending brush. It also comes with the cheek brush and the all over powder brush. Here's a tip for the evening. You can be like April. I keep all my brushes, I made this little container so I can wash them, and this is what they go in to dry. But I don't really travel with my brushes often because I don't really use a lot of eyeshadow, and I don't wear blush. You can tell I'm already turning red. It's pretty warm in here. I use mine for other things. So I have my lip liners, my lip gloss. I've got my favorite mascaras with my eyeliners. And then if I am traveling, I can just pop in my eye brushes because there's room. I love it. Versatile. Okay. So let's go. I'm going to be using the all over brush, the crease, and the blending. Let's put these right here. And we're going to go with the standard. I want to show you an example. This is the standard technique. This is what you'll see all the videos on. All the videos will show you the standard technique. So we're going to go with the standard technique. Using my eye, all over eyeshadow blush, the Cherry Blossom, we're gonna go with the base color, okay? The Dusty Rose. And we're just going, I like to tap it off, get the excess off, and put it on my lid. Now, when you do your eyeshadow, you can do it before your foundation, after your foundation, that's entirely up to you. You usually do your mascara and eyeliner after. I already have mascara on because I wanted you to see the more final look while I'm doing it. So that's why I have my mascara on. All right, foundation, tap, get the excess off. And I'm going over my lid. This is the standard technique, the standard eyeshadow technique that I am doing. This is what most of the videos tell you. This is the basic way of doing eyeshadow. So you can see how having just one color is not really enough, right? You can tell you have eyeshadow, but there's no contouring, there's no transition, and it doesn't look natural. It just looks like you just put on some eyeshadow, right? Now I'm gonna take the crease, and you can see it's angled, and I'm gonna go with the deeper one. Tap it off, and using the angle will go in the crease. I'm gonna do the corners and into my crease. Now, if you have hooded eyes, you're gonna wanna put your eyeshadow on with your eyes open, because you're gonna create that hood. You're gonna add your crease with your eyeshadow. And that's why you don't close your eye like standard would. But that's something I can go over with you when you identify your shape and we get together and chat. All right? Tap, go into the corner and into my crease. Again, this is the standard application. I'm trying to be a little quick about it. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time. I just want to give you the basic, right? All right, now we got the blending brush. Nothing's on it, and you just blend away, because you really want to just get those lines out of the way. You don't want a definitive line. Just smooth it out. All you're doing is smoothing out. Gonna go back to my all over. Gonna take the Sunlit Rose at the end, add a little sparkle, some depth, and then do my highlight on top. Blending, blend away. This is the basic 4-color palette doing the standard format of eyeshadows. Now, you can see it's pretty. I mean, it's not awful, it's not ugly, but I adore applying Mary Kay makeup. Primer, I should have talked about primer. Primer is a great asset to your eyes, really. You really should. I love these colors as well, and you can see that's why I wore green, because it complements the colors that I'm wearing, greens and neutrals, so that way you're not cherry, right? 'Cause my face is cherry, but it just complements the color. Now, look at my eyes. I have the standard colored on the end. Can you see how, I mean, it's not awful, but it doesn't look natural, right? If you apply your eyeshadow based on your eye shape, it's going to enhance your natural beauty, thus looking like natural makeup. This doesn't look very natural, right? And it accentuates the wideness of my eyes, all right? Let me show you how to put it. So now that I know, I'm going to take this off. Now that you know that I have wide set eyes, I also have a prominent lid. My primary color should just be on my lid, no crease, because I already have a crease. I do not need to accentuate my crease. My eyes are, the size of my eyes are already big enough that adding more depth and transition accentuates that, okay? So I need to offset the wideness and have a natural color. All right, I removed it. Let's dry it off. And now we're going to use the technique for eyeshadow placement for prominent eyes and wide set eyes. I'll get to my downturned here in a minute. Let's just dry it off. Using the oil-free eye makeup remover, which is my favorite, by the way. I absolutely love it. All right. Using the same color palette. For prominent lids, you do just a base coat, matte color. You don't do a crease, and you put the darker in the corner or the middle. And that's it. I don't even need to highlight my brow bone because if you can see, I'm already highlighted. It's just my natural. Hey, Julie made it. All over brush, going with my base coat, tapping, and putting it only on my lid. Only on my lid. We can clean up if we need to. All right, I'm only on my lid. Y'all see that? All right. Now I'm going to take the darker, the Merlot, tapping it off, and I'm going to go in the inner corner. Just going to tap it in the inner. Do a little bit more over here. All right. Now I'm going to take my blending brush and I'm just going to blend it to where there's not a distinct line. Right there. Now can you see it? Especially when I step back. It's very subtle. But can you tell now the difference between having my darker color in the middle? It actually lifts my droopy inner eye. When the darker was on the outside, it accentuated how droopy and how wide and how narrow my eyes are. My eyes are actually more open now, just because I have a darker in the middle. Can y'all see that? I hope y'all can see that because I totally see it. And when I do this color, just like this, I love it. And actually I need just a little bit more blending because it kind of naturally went into my crease, which was fine. But since I already have a crease, I don't need to add to my crease, if that makes any sense. Can y'all see that? I hope y'all can see that. Okay, good, yay, somebody can see it. So it brings it in. So now it looks just a little bit more natural, right? Let's talk about the downturn eyes. So we talked about how I'm wide-eyed. I'm a wide-eyed girl. I have prominent lids. So now I've adapted my eyeshadow to that. But I have downturned. So the recommendation for downturned eyes is liner. I was going to find a picture. But downturned eyes, doing a cat eye, beautiful cat eye. I've tried the cat eye. I look weird with a cat eye. What happens when you do that dramatic cat eye? It elongates your eyes. And when you have wide eyes, like I naturally have with little bitty eyes, big lids, and wide, and you do a cat eye, what's it going to do? It's going to elongate it even more, okay? But there's a little trick. So with the downturn, if you see that you have a downturn, there's actually a little groove. Can y'all see that? Little groove at the end that goes down. Nifty little trick. Take your perfecting concealer and put a dot. Okay, I want y'all to look. Can you see my downward eyes on the corner? See the grooves? I'm really hot. Can y'all see how red I am? All right, put a dot of the concealer and then dab it to blend. Dab to blend. Blend it all out. Did a little bit too much. Oh, can y'all see that? It's a little trick of the eye. They naturally look like they're going up now. You can't see it as downward, especially on that one. Can y'all see that? They're not, the corner is not as downward. It's an optical illusion. You're putting the concealer there at the end. So That makes sense when you said about your cat eye for narrow eyes. It's too narrowing. Now, if you're doing it for, you know, like a Halloween costume, like I've done Catwoman before, you know, it kind of all goes with it. You know, I do Maleficent every year and I dramatic it, but I also have my green all the way up top. My prominent eyes are really great for my Maleficent costume. But can you see for the downturned eyes, putting a little concealer on the corner, it gives you that natural lift. So now I don't even have to do the outward, the cat eye. I can just keep it natural, which is what I have right now. This gives me a natural look. My eyes are closer together because I have the darker in the middle, and they're not as downturned because of the concealer. Who knew? All these times I've been watching these videos and trying to do the tutorials, like it just doesn't look that. I look like I got a black eye. What's going on? This is why, ladies, you gotta know your shape. Know your eye shape. You're golden. So let me help you. So I hope this was helpful tonight in understanding the different eye shapes. I hope you can look at yours. And if you still don't know, girl, send me a selfie. We'll do it together. And I will help you determine how to do your eyeshadow based on your eye shape. That is the key. That is the key. If you want these great little samples, just let me know. If you're not already enrolled in my preferred customer program where you automatically get the lookbook that comes out every season, just let me know. The cutoff is the 17th. So I hope you've enjoyed tonight, because really makeup is all about not changing who you are, because you're beautiful, girl. God made you exactly the way that you should be. We are just enhancing those wonderful features that he gave us. And the only way that we can enhance those features if we understand those features. And that's what makes them unique to us, right? So don't be overwhelmed if you are a threefer eye shape like me, right? I have the prominent, the wide, the downturn. It would be nice if we are all the standard round, right? But we're not, right? That's what makes us special. So I hope you've enjoyed tonight. I hope you've learned something. I hope you had a great time. Reach out to me with your eye shape and we can work together on how to do the placements. And just let me know. We'll go from there. So have a wonderful night. Love you, ladies. Don't forget to love the skin you're in and let Mary Kay help you enhance that natural beauty. Love you. Stay dry.